as world leaders like Justin Trudeau and Jacinda Ardern and the classic types of centralized control freaks are freaking out, and they are creating this propaganda machine to basically label anyone who opposes them, extreme or weirdos or enemy within the state, and all the classic normal terminology they come up with. Well, the more they do it, the more exposed they become themselves. We have an individual who was, until now, the right-hand man to Justin Trudeau as Prime Minister, and his job was protection, his security, part of his security team. And this guy has had enough, and we are now hearing from him because he's standing up, not just in favor of some sort of extreme narrative or ideology, no. It's for the sake of Canada, for the sake of the Constitution, and for the sake of people who elected this guy and who are paying his salary.
I'm about to lose mine, and my primary responsibility for the last 8 years was supporting protection of our Prime Minister. The irony is not lost on me, and probably not lost on him either.
That's the thing. If you cross the line as a leader, then you will lose support from left, right, and centre. And this is a problem. When a group of people, the Canadian truckers or anybody else, try to start a movement, first they start a dialogue. You ignore it. You shut them down. Then they try to campaign against it. They raise awareness. Then you start calling them names. Then what do? They get on their trucks and they get to the capital and they try to stay there, of course, peacefully. They haven't really done anything violent. But then, of course, they're disrupting the peace and the roads. But that's all they're doing. And at this point, no, I'm not really expecting it to completely change your mind in the U-turn, because I know how arrogant leaders like Justin Trudeau are. But at least try to start the conversation. Now it's too late. Now he's going to continue to dig and dig and dig until he's forced to go. Now let's go back to that guy and listen to what he has to say.
There is strength in numbers. It will be hard and awkward and very uncomfortable at times. However, if we continue to allow this unchecked by our silence and compliance, then the failure to effect change is on our shoulders. We can live up to the anthem, the true north, strong and free. I have drawn my line in the sand. No more silence and compliance for me.
It is quite powerful. And I think, as I said, I think it was yesterday when I was mentioning about Canada and what's going on there. I did speak to a number of people there, and we're going to do some interviews, by the way, on the main channel as well, about people who are still active in Canada. And they said that so many of them have actually taken the jab because it's personal choice, free choice. But then they are actively protesting against these mandates because it's two different topics. One is about government mandates and centralizing all powers. And, simply the main problem that people now have, whether they've taken it or not, is the fact that initially politicians overpromised when the whole thing came up. Pfizer, Moderna, and the others. They overpromised and lied. And then they said, remember the whole, how many millions, 15 million jabs of freedom, that sort of argument. And then they continued to do enforcement. They promised us they're not going to do mandatory stuff. They promised us. Now they're doing mandates. This is why people are sick and tired. And this is why we need to stand up against this narrative. And we have to support people in Canada and across the world. Because it's not just about Canada. There's all these the clashes in Australia, in the Netherlands, in Austria. Yes, we might be free here. And yes, the government needs to make a U-turn on NHS mandates here. Fine. We're fine. We don't need to go outside Downing Street anymore. Good, we won. But we have to now fight alongside our brothers and sisters and comrades across the world. Yeah, but let's not go complete hard left socialist, but yeah, comrades. We're going to come back with some more updates for you guys. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I'm my TC, and we are the media.